A reunion is when best friends get back together. They recall their happiest years, laugh, and are genuinely happy to finally see each other. No way. A reunion is a vanity fair where adults come to check out who's gotten rich and fat and are terrified of looking like failures. 15 years after graduation, Boop attended one of these reunions. Natalia is a natural genius. Caution, doors are closing. Victor is a crammer and an excellent student. Go fuck yourself. Nike is a C student, sees no point in cramming. Yuri is dumb, barely showed up at school. Boop rented a Porsche to look more respectable. It is sometimes said that C students are more successful than excellent students. Is this really true? We think we have something to learn from both. In school, everyone is usually graded by the same system. You did your homework neatly, learned the definition of tangent, and can distinguish mitosis from meiosis. Here's a 5. You did all the calculations in your head. You get a C, my friend. You should have shown your work step by step. The only problem is, this system doesn't work in real life, and good grades in school are absolutely no guarantee of success. And C's are not a death sentence. Someone who was considered a slacker can become much more successful than their straight-A classmates. All the C's are usually predicted to die as homeless people at Kursky Station. I won't die in the toilet. Straight-A students get into good universities, get jobs, and have a successful, bright future. Sometimes that's exactly what happens. For example, Boop's classmate, the brilliant straight-A student Natalia, graduated from the Faculty of Applied Mathematics and founded a phenomenally successful IT company. Yuri, on the other hand, remained the slacker he always was. But it's not entirely about grades, as they often assess not skills and abilities, but the knack for fitting into the system. Some straight-A students are not intelligent, but obedient people. They are easier to manage and manipulate by playing on their sense of responsibility. But this doesn't mean that top students are doomed to failure. Their knowledge, diligence, systematic thinking, and concentration skills are enviable. They help build careers. However, decisive and resourceful students who get average grades often prove more successful because they are not afraid to take risks. They possess the skill of working with uncertainty. They know how to solve problems unconventionally. What really sets you up for success isn't your report card, but how you handled problems and worked through tough situations. Today, we're going to talk about those everyday C students and the straight-A ones. Victor and Nike began on equal footing. The same yard, the same games and pastimes. But Victor was pushed into his studies, and he dedicated all his school years to textbooks. Now, though, he's not just anyone. He's a senior manager for engaging mid-level VIP clients. But Nike, he dropped to C's, yet kept drawing. He blew off class because that infusorian would go to hell with her little shoes. And in the end, Nike started his own business and earns several times more than Victor. But why? What principles helped a C student become more successful than a straight-A student? First principle: do it and don't be afraid. While the straight-A student is thinking, the C student is already doing. For the straight-A student, Victor, it's often hard to start. He's scared. He doesn't know how to approach a new task, especially if it's a challenging one. With a star, it's tough. Victor is a perfectionist and an anxious person. The fear of making a mistake literally paralyzes him. But the C student, Nike, says, "Whatever, we'll figure it out as we go," and starts doing. The time Victor spends on thinking, Nike spends on trying. Of course, it doesn't always work out, but it strengthens tolerance for mistakes and risks. In business, a C student has an easier time releasing an MVP, a minimum viable product, to the market and testing demand. However, a top student might fall prey to their own perfectionism. endlessly refining the product, but never actually launching it. Second principle, talk it out and self-develop. Top students are more intellectually developed and knowledgeable, but there are not only school rules, but also life's laws. Oof. And emotional intelligence is very important there. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize and manage your own and others' emotions, and it's responsible for personal and social skills. C students often have better developed soft skills. While Victor is on the right track, the Nike-wearing C student is looking for shortcuts, negotiating with the top student to copy their work, or trying to sweet-talk the professor. Basically, they're honing their communication skills and learning empathy. Third principle, learn to work in a team and delegate. C students know how to work in a team, while A students are used to doing everything themselves. We all know those crammers who don't share their homework. Such stingy people. They feel resentful. They spent hours on it, and someone just wants to take it and copy. A C student, like Nike, if they take on a project, will assemble a team and delegate tasks. They are not afraid to admit what they don't know or can't do. It's easier for them to find someone with the expertise. This is crucial in any leadership position, both in entrepreneurship and employment. Fourth principle, develop critical thinking. Nike once wrote in an essay that the curtains were just blue and symbolized nothing. However, the top student, Victor, had read the textbook and knew that the author's deep sadness was to blame for everything. True, he didn't know why this was the case. Nike got a C and Victor got an A. Success in school is about following the rules from textbooks.
But the textbook of life has not yet been written, so critical thinking is very necessary in the real world.
Critical thinking is the skill of analyzing information from different perspectives, where even the familiar is questioned. As a result, you can look at a situation from another angle, form an objective opinion, and find the best solution. In short, while Victor is saying need to, Nike asks, why?
Your problem is, Vitalik, that you've lived your whole life thinking that there are rules, but there aren't any.